So I shot this little sequence in Moab, Utah, a place known for its steep canyon walls, red rocks, and national parks. It's about an hour and a half away from me, and while I was exploring out there, I found this really cool dirt road that wasn't inside any of the parks, and I followed it and eventually led me down to this gigantic rock with all of these carvings on every side of it, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I wanted to try and make something with it. Immediately in my mind, I knew that I wanted to shoot it at night so that way I could play around with the lighting a little bit more. So I scheduled some time one evening and I drove out there and I filmed it, and I just wanted to show you guys some behind the scenes footage as well as pop back and forth between past me and me now as I'm editing to explain a couple things more in depth. Also, I'm sorry, I know the behind the scenes videos of me talking are really pixelated. It's because I was just shooting on my phone, and as you've probably figured out, phones really don't like low light. It is now 9 o'clock on the dot. It's about 15-20 minutes past actual sunset where the sun went over the horizon. So now I'm all set up. I got the camera ready, I got the light ready. I'm just kind of waiting for it to get dark enough. If you're curious about the light that I'm working with, it's about a $150 light. It's actually set up right here as the fill light. Let me take it down. But it's really nothing special. It's about $150 is what I bought it for. That does not come with the stand, it just came with the head. The thing that I like about this light, especially for outdoor shoots, is it takes batteries. It also has the DC power, which is right here, so you can still plug it into a wall if you want it to. But most of the time when I'm using this light, I'm using it outside just trying to do something creative, whether it works or not. In terms of diffusion, it has the barn doors just to guide the light. It doesn't really diffuse it at all. And then it has this sort of shower curtain material that you can put in the front. It comes with 2 pads, actually. I just have one on it right now. It does an okay job, but it's definitely still a hard light if you're really bumping up the intensity of the light, anything past probably 25%. There's also hieroglyphs on like all sides of this wall too, so I've been kind of scouting out what angles I want to put the camera at, so when it's go time I don't have to waste any time and I can get home a little bit quicker. This fence they have surrounding the rock makes it definitely a little bit harder to work with, both with the angle of the camera and also the angle of the light, so I'm not getting the shadows on there. But I understand why it's in place, so that way it can be preserved. And I mean, like, ultimately, we're still pretty close to the rock, which is why I chose this one over newspaper rock, which has a lot more hieroglyphs, but you have to sort of peer up, and I like that these ones are eye level and pretty close. Okay, even though it's not all the way dark, I think I'm to a place where I want to be, and that marker for me is not being able to see anything on the screen when it's exposed for my light. By the way, if you're confused why my big camera isn't seeing any of that daylight pouring in, it's a little thing called dynamic range. Now, if this is a new concept to you and you haven't heard this word before, it's definitely its own video in itself. There's a lot to it, and editing can make a difference in it, and shooting raw can make a difference. There's a lot of factors in it. But basically, all you need to know about it to get through this video, at least, before you go and take a deep dive later, is think of it like a wingspan. You're reaching for the brightest brights and the darkest darks at the same time. So certain cameras have a bigger wingspan. They can see a broader range of light, and as you adjust your settings, you'll shift it more towards one area or to the other. So with this camera, if I'm shifted a little bit more to the brighter segments, so that way I can have my artificial light properly exposed, then that darker, dimmer light of daylight is going to fall off completely. I mean, come on, tell me that doesn't look so cool. So on the last side of the wall, there's the least carvings, but there's this one like goat-looking creature. I think it's a bighorn sheep, and I really like it. Something about the position of the rock it's on a darker piece of rock. I think it looks really cool, so I think we're going to try to get some fire effect here. Now, I have a setting that kind of rapidly and irrapidly dims it, but I don't know. I don't think it really sells it, so I think I'm just going to sort of wave it around and see how that looks. Dang, I think that actually worked. I really like that. Oh, by the way, don't mind the blinking red light. It's just saying that I have low storage. Dang, that looks cool. I'm very happy that I stayed late for this. Real question though is always, how's it going to come out in the edit? So we'll see if I can actually stitch it together. Future me approves. Thanks, past me. After I tested on that last side, the bouncing flame effect, I really like that. So I think I'm going to have to redo a couple of the shots just because I can see in the edit. I can't have like bouncing flames and the other thing. I feel like I'd have to pick and choose, but I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe it'll look different in the edit. I would like to have more options than not, since this is definitely out of the way, especially having to shoot at night. There's actually quite a few cars passing, which is shocking, especially since there wasn't really any in the day when I got up here, but I'm wondering what they're thinking looking at me doing this. I started at around 9:10, it's now 9:55, so roughly an hour of shooting. I think I got everything that I need. Super happy, so now time to hike all this stuff back up to the car. Alright guys, that's all that I have for you today, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week.